So today I want to talk about whether grades are a good predictor of success. I think it can be summed up with arguably, but the question of do they matter, I think absolutely. Here's my perspective on this. So while it is true that IQ and personality traits are a better predictor of success, I believe good grades do correlate with success to an extent, and here's why. I believe having good grades is a reflection of someone's work ethic and their determination to do well, which is likely to be a result of having high IQ and the right personality traits. For example, achieving good grades takes a lot of effort and time spent on revising. While this may not be the most glamorous way to spend your time, it does kind of get you in the habit of pushing for a very specific goal. This key skill will translate to other areas of your life, and is a great indicator of someone having the right personality traits and perhaps having the right IQ, as being able to understand certain concepts, especially in maths and stuff, do show a level of intelligence. However, this doesn't account for outliers such as Bill Gates, who dropped out of college but still became a really successful individual. My only explanation for this is that his level of intelligence, or people like him, is simply so high to the point where achieving good grades takes very little effort, so it kind of becomes like a meaningless pursuit for them, and they chose to spend their time doing other things. Now, this, on the surface level, may make it seem that good grades are a predictor of success, but also having really bad grades are also a great predictor of success. And you can kind of argue it both ways, but this is what really annoys me about having this argument. I went to a pretty bad secondary school for GCSE, and people that did poorly sometimes argued that people like Bill Gates or others like him had bad grades but still went on to become extremely successful individuals. Now, at the time, I had the opinion that I had now, but I just couldn't really word it properly. Or at least in a very concise manner, so I was basically rendered speechless by that, because what they said is essentially absolutely true. But my gut still told me that they were just completely wrong and I should just carry on with what I did. I just thought it was ridiculous that these lazy idiots were comparing themselves to the likes of Bill Gates. You are genetically unqualified. That's not to say I am anything myself, because I'm certainly nothing special. The biggest reason that I made this video was because there are already many YouTube videos out there talking about how grades don't really define you and grades don't really matter, and kind of make it seem inconsequential. Now, obviously, an individual's complexity cannot be summed up by numbers or words alone, but I just think that they're kind of missing the point a little bit. I wanted to offer my I wanted to make this video and offer my alternative perspective on this, because I believe these videos that are out there already make it seem kind of okay to not try and not put in effort, which I completely disagree with. And it seems kind of insulting to people that did try, as it kind of tells them that, having good grades is a completely meaningless pursuit, and having bad grades is completely inconsequential, which is just completely not true. At the end of it all, I wanted to get across the message that while grades are not everything about an individual, they are far from nothing either. And that it is perfectly okay to strive for great grades, because at the end of it all, it shows that you want to do better and you want to do good at something, right? That shows motivation and drive. Another reason that I made this video was because in the wake of GCSE and A-level results day, I wanted to give some encouragement to those that are fearful of opening that envelope. I wanted to assure you that those grades will largely be a reflection of your effort, and that the outcome has already been set in stone, as you took those exams a few months ago anyways. So there's really no point stressing about it now, as nothing you do will change it, basically. So you might as well just keep a positive outlook on it, and whatever happens, it happens. To be honest, in terms of significance, GCSEs really is kind of inconsequential, as it only really determines the sixth form or college that you want to go to, unless you're an Oxbridge applicant, in which case you do need the A stars. But otherwise, it's kind of like, it's whatever really, because a lot of sixth forms and colleges are non-selective anyways, so good GCSE grades basically don't really matter. No matter what your school tells you or what your parents tell you, that's just like, it doesn't matter, straight up. It just doesn't matter. So stop stressing. However, when it comes to A-levels, now, A-levels determine the kind of like internship you want to go into, or like the university you want to go into, and especially for university, you're paying £9,250 on tuition alone every year. So you better get into the first choice, basically. You better get into somewhere you want to go to and do the course that you want to do, because otherwise, you know, it's a big waste of money. Now, if you didn't really try for A-levels, and you actually needed good grades for A-levels, well then, peak, because A-levels isn't like GCSEs where you can just kind of wing it. You actually really do have to try and put in a lot of effort to do well in A-levels. But to all the A-level students, I do wish you all the best of luck, and I really do hope you guys all get into the best possible university for you and the best possible internships. See you all next week. Thank you guys for sticking to the end of the video. Really appreciate that. So I know A-level results are 6 days away. I'm filming this on the 10th. They'll come out on the 16th. Best of luck to you all. I really hope you do get into your first choice unis or like the internship that you want. Now next week I'll be making a video comparing grammar schools to comprehensive schools and kind of give you guys my opinions on that. This is because GCSE results, I believe, is on the 24th. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But sometime after the A-level results, I know that. Because I hope to convince some people to kind of change their perspective about grammar schools or comprehensive schools. You know, and choose what's actually best for them rather than what their peers tell them or what their parents tell them, you know.